Hello everyone, my name is Indomitable Sloth and welcome to the first part of the second part of, no, hold on. Hello everyone, my name is Indomitable Sloth and welcome to the first installment in the second part of the TheNick56 ARG Watchthrough. In this episode, I'm going to be covering the solution to the generated code that was found by the wifey's, I think is pronounced like that, the wifey's Discord. The answers found therein, and the first video installment in 10 months. So with that, let's jump right into it with the code solution in my brain, which is simultaneously gigantic and small. I did not realize that this, I figured it must go to some social media site. And so I tried most of the social media sites, but I didn't know that Tumblr existed. So it turns out that this is actually a Tumblr link that goes to vil1consoleleak.tumblr.com. And so I'm going to read through these logs and give my thoughts on them. So vil1, data log 1, console entry, user identity is vil1, identity confirmed, command prompt generate mimic Minecraft date earth 4/29/11. This was the date that Nick first generated his world. And so this implies that ever since the beginning of the ARG, Nick has been playing on a mimic world. Output, generation of the world halted, not enough data in the code base to create a stable and or accurate representation of consumed data. So this means that something went wrong with the program, and it wasn't able to create a fully accurate representation of Minecraft. But vil1 tells the computer to continue anyway. Another error. And the command prompt is what vil1 enters, and vil1 says, use the data sets from these users. So I'm actually not thinking that these are users that have been consumed. Hey everyone, Editor Sloth here. Based on the newest videos, they're definitely fucking dead. This indicates that there's been a new world-generated 1.503 jar, which is the jar file is what the Minecraft world is saved as. So then it'll logs up. And on the same day, we have data log 2. And this indicates that since there was not enough data to fully process it, the world has experienced a corruption. I think this is the black blocks. This is the amount of time left until the world will be fully corrupted. vil1 does not care about the consequences, but wants to continue the world. And that's all for that log. Log 3, vil1, this one was published. Okay, so the first two logs were published in January, right around the time that the ARG began. The next logs were in May, when the hexadecimal video was published, and when it seemed like interest had fully ended in the ARG. So vil1 tries to generate a new world. Again, not enough data. Overwrites again. I think this is the same error code. vil1 enters some new users from which to gather data, and the world is successfully generated as 1.504. I'm going to check. Yes, that is the same error code. So then the final one posted in May, it I think the technical name now is it, but it says Villicus has it been done. Vil1 answers it excuse me. Vil1 replies it has, just as instructed. I'm receiving errors. They're not like us. They can sense when things are not as they seem. The manifestation will not hold for long before it collapses. A permanent solution is required. The deviant must be dealt with. Vil1, what do you suggest? We use him. It's the only way that this can continue to exist. So, from what I'm seeing, it is cognizant of the errors in the code. This is a reference to the player base, I believe. This is us. We are not like it in Vil1. We can tell when glitches happen. The manifestation will not hold for long before it collapses, which is an indication that world 1.503 has ended. A permanent solution is required means that it's going to need a constant cycle of deception in order to keep things stable. And the deviant must be dealt with is a reference to Nick, because Nick was the only one who escaped its plan, whatever that was. And Vil1 and it says that they need to use Nick as the only way that the project can continue to exist. So after we found this link, we entered the code cave game generate, and we found that. And then the user behind the Tumblr account took it down for a couple minutes, and then they posted this image. First of all, when we increased the brightness, not the contrast. When we increase the brightness on this image, it shows, I'm pretty sure this is Minecraft of some kind, except okay, I'm not sure what this is. But there's a background image. I'm not sure what the background image is, but it is one of the background images. Okay, so now we look at the front text. And this is a Caesar cipher. Okay, so this is the translated, I'm pretty sure I did it correctly. But this is the translated console, this message right here. It reads, console, it looks like a log of some sorts. Breach has occurred. Domain 5 cave game. Locus 13254231232412514, which is another thing that we don't know what it is. Whether that's a coordinate of some sort or what. We're not sure what that is. So that's puzzle number 1. Message. Breach has established fatal, I think I spelled that wrong. Breach has established fatal connection with what lies beyond the integer. It's supposed to be integers, but there's a typo in the original thing. With what lies beyond, blah. Breach has established fatal connection with what lies beyond the integers and characters. This console has been compromised, automatically switching to backup console. So what this is that the breach, which is us finding the Tumblr account, has established a fatal connection with what lies beyond the integers and characters. That would be the players. That'd be us. The fatal connection must mean that since we figured out what they were up to, they can't continue in their current path anymore. This console has been compromised, automatically switching to backup console. In other words, they can no longer use the Tumblr account. And that's reflected in the name of the Tumblr account. Vil1 console repository was the original name, and now it's listed as deprecated, which means that it's no longer active. With that, it is time to move to the newest video in the 56 ARG. And this is the part that you've all been waiting for, because it was really unexpected to have this happen. So the first thing to notice about the video is second number 0. Nick has changed his wallpaper. It used to be a Borderlands wallpaper, and now it is a Portal wallpaper. I really appreciated, though, from a storytelling standpoint, that the date in the bottom right corner is still from 2011. But one interesting thing to note about that is that it's now listed in European time. So it's May 9th, 2011, but it's listed day, month, year, which is the European system. So in Nick's previous videos, it had been under the American system, month, day, year. So I don't know whether that's an indication that Nick has possibly moved or what it is. I suspect that something has changed because the video was posted at about midnight in the United States, which would be it would be an incredibly inconvenient time for someone in the United States to post that kind of video at that time. But it would make sense for someone in Europe to post at that time, because I don't know whether it'd be morning or evening, but it would be a different time in Europe. So the first thing to note, the first thing that Nick does in this video is he opens a Mind Game Beta 1.504 folder. And when he opens it, we notice that this jar file is dated May 11th, which is odd because it's after the date that the desktop says. I actually don't think that's a mistake, and I'll get to why later. So Nick opens a readme.txt, which is so Nick opens a readme.txt, and one interesting thing to note is right here. It reads, "Hello, TheNick56, new update to Cave Game. Blah, new update, blah. Hello, TheNick56, new update to Cave Game. It has noticed that it has been some time since your last play session. Please come play more." The first thing is the third line. It's not "we have noticed." It has it has noticed. This is the second time that we've had it referenced by name in the series. Which is kind of creepy, if you ask me. And then the second thing is line 4, "Please come play more." That gives me the creepy twin girl vibes from The Shining. "Come play with us, Danny," I believe is the line. But there's definitely something super creepy going on behind the scenes here. Oh, and we also have the console commands at the bottom here. That indicates that it's a Vil1 writing, because Vil1 is the only character that we know who uses console commands. I believe an in-universe explanation for this could be that Vilwan has an external form, like Vilwan is a person or a developer of some kind, and it is like a malware of some kind that's hiding in the system and is using Vilwan to accomplish its nefarious purposes. Here, I find it interesting. Nick is about to open the jar file, but he notices that the date is wrong. And that's why I don't believe it's a mistake that that date is quote unquote wrong. I don't know for sure, but I believe the date discrepancy has something to do with the fact that elements of future Minecraft versions are included in the corrupted versions of Minecraft. There's some connection. There's some connection between unreleased things and the corrupted version. And I think that'll come out more as the story goes on. So here we see Nick's log of all of the corruptions he's experienced, or all of the errors he's experienced in his playthroughs of Minecraft. I think this is a great introduction for new members of the series, or just a review for people who haven't watched it in a year, because it's been over a year since the videos first came out. It goes through a bullet point list of all of the different events that have occurred. And one that I think is really interesting is the April 24th log. Black blocks grew over ice, touched them, blacked out, woke up on the floor with a crash message on my screen. This has two implications. Actually, it has more than two. The first implication is that our theory about Nick not playing during the unlisted hours video is correct. At the time, Nick was unconscious. The second thing is that this is an incredibly terrifying virus that we're dealing with, because it doesn't just affect us in the game world, it affects our physical bodies. Nick blacked out in real life. This sets the stakes even higher for the next installments in the series. And it really makes me question why Nick is even, continuing on with this in the first place. This, I'm going to try it and see what happens. Nick has no sense of self-preservation due to what I just talked about. If he had blacked out in real life due to the effects of this virus or whatever it is, there's no way he should be trying this new version of Minecraft and seeing what happens. I think it's interesting at this timestamp. Nick actually thinks about closing the folder. He thinks about avoiding the continuation of whatever horrors might unfold him. What's the correct preposition there? What befall is a better word than I don't have to think of a better preposition. Nick thinks about closing the folder, but his horror movie protagonist instincts kick in and he decides to delve deeper. We have this static cut with the message capital H, lowercase f, capital G. There are 4 static messages in this video. And we have yet, as of the time of this recording, to understand what they mean. There was a brief black screen glitch before the Minecraft launcher loaded. We can tell automatically there are several things wrong with this launcher. At the top, we have, well, obviously, Minecraft news. New launcher paragraph. Remember, we are watching. Still watching. That is not good at all. Beta 1.503. This is actually the corrupted, or the, this is the world that no. This is the world that had a terminal issue. It says, don't play this anymore. Attempts will not work. Error. And then we see that Vil1 has been here and typing console delete, console confirm. We see the new version of Minecraft, beta 1.504. Another new manifestation. Lots of new new feature, moderation of the TheNick56 for breaking the I don't know what that means. That is confusing to me. Top right corner, we have official links. We don't need any official links. We are Mojang. Of course we are official. Yeah, right. I totally buy that. The most terrifying part of this launcher, however, is at the very bottom. No need to log in, TheNick56. You're stuck here. Submit. Here we have our second static image cut with the code Y200. I'm pretty sure this is another element of the code, but I don't know. We still don't know how the code works or how it's supposed to be resolved. Again, we have the old Minecraft logo here. I half wonder, this is probably just random, but I half wonder whether this scientific splash text is a shot at Nick. You're being scientific about this. You're trying to explore and learn more. You should be terrified. And then the bottom left corner, you can't see it because it's hidden by the YouTube timestamp, but it says Minecraft Beta 1.504, which again is a version of Minecraft that doesn't exist. This is our third static image. I'm pretty sure that this static image doesn't have any relevance. I'm not sure though. I'll get to why I'm not sure later. Nick loads into a new world and we see a couple things that are wrong. I wasn't able to get an exact date on when redstone torches were added, but I think they were around at this time. What's really odd though is the donkey. Donkeys were not added until Minecraft 1.6. This is post-release, which was in 2013. So, as a 2011 gamer, Nick should have no idea what this is. And we see that the suspicion is correct. Nick has no idea what this donkey is doing here. I also noticed these like leaf things that look like they're falling out of the tree. Yep, one at the very just as Nick turns, you can see a leaf thing fall out of the tree on the right side of the screen. I will turn down the playback speed so you can see it and so that I can highlight it. Right there. It looked like a leaf thing was falling from the tree. I couldn't find any version of Minecraft where this was, at least for oak trees. Come to think of it, this is actually a really weird tree. It's not even a normal tree. Like a normal large tree. That's odd. Nick opens the chest and he sees that, first of all, it's called Cave Game Container, which is an interesting name to give a chest. In World 03, the chest was called Gift, but here it's just Cave Game Container. Someone theorized in the comments section that the position of the papers was actually Braille. So if this is Braille, this would be a V, this is a J, this isn't in Braille, and this isn't in Braille either. So I suspect it isn't Braille, but it was a good thought. I think it's odd that Nick did that with the paper. I don't know what that was about. Also, can we just talk about Nick's inventory, like hotbar management? Like the axe should be here and the pickaxe should be here. That's just the way that inventory management goes. All right, let's talk about the white elephant in the room. And by the white elephant, I of course mean this little bit over here. Hold on. This is actually. Okay. Whoop. This is the best image we're gonna get. So we see here that someone is watching Nick. Just like in video, what was it called? Just like in B 1.503 jar 00, we see that someone is watching Nick. They have a completely black skin and they are very far away. And I'm 80% sure that this is Vil1 again. Big credit goes to YouTuber JavaPig for pointing this out in the comments. Also note, there's two chickens actually in this video. One is over on the left and one is right here. Note that this chicken has already dropped an egg, and then as we come closer, this chicken has already also dropped an egg. These eggs indicate that the world has been active for more than 5 minutes. So chickens drop eggs every 5 minutes. And since the eggs already exist, that means that the chickens have been around for more than 5 minutes, which means that the world has been around for more than 5 minutes. This only is a problem when you realize that Nick has only been in the world for 45 seconds, meaning that Nick is actually not generating a new world. He's loading into Vil1's world, which makes sense, but it's also kind of creepy. Nick, obviously frustrated, hits the chicken with the egg. Nick also seems to feel like he's being watched, which he is. This section of the dirt, I'm not sure whether English. I'm not sure whether there's a code here or what is going on with the dirt, but it's odd that the dirt is unevenly destroyed like this. This section of the video made me feel claustrophobic because you don't know what's hiding behind the building, just ready to kill Nick, like jump scare us, you know. On the last frame of the Minecraft world, we see the message, Vil1 left the game. I'll credit the YouTuber who discovered this as well down in the comments, or not in the comments, the one who pointed this out in the comments in the video. And then we have our final static cut with the code 79C7. This makes 11 digits in total, which I'm not sure what that could mean. I'll be interested to see if anyone else has figured it out. And then the video ends. A couple things have occurred in the comments section. Nick, or probably Vil1, has two notes. The first note, an illusion of error conceals orchestrated design, not evades notice. The observer and the one above remain vigilant, catching every subtlety. Translation is that the static cuts in the video are intentional. Now, either the static cuts are intentional, or the fact that Nick is getting these versions in error, quote unquote, is intentional, which I think is probably a little bit more of a realistic solution. And then the second comment by Nick. I cannot find it. Why cannot I find it? Why am I blind? Or am I stupid? Oh dear. Nick is actively deleting things. When I wrote my script, there was another console message. I'll add a picture of the notepad file. It read, branching, making it known that it has woven access into every corner once thought safe. Though it cannot grasp and collect, it sees all. What may seem to those who deny as false is by all accounts the truth. It is watching. I think this is a poem sort of thing from Vil1 to the player, possibly. It has woven access into every corner once thought safe is a reference to it corrupting Minecraft. It cannot grasp and collect, but it sees all is a reference to it can't interact with the physical world. And it's even possible that it can't interact with players in its current form. What may seem to those who deny as false is by all accounts the truth. That is the idea that people will deny that it exists, but it definitely does. And then finally, it is watching. One final note that I thought of, I'm pretty sure that the static cut symbols are a YouTube link of some kind, because HFG is 3 characters, Y200 is 4 characters, 79C7 is a Another 4 characters, 3 and 4 and 4 is 11, and YouTube links are always 11 characters. That tells me that it probably is a YouTube link, but I have been unable to determine what the YouTube link is. Okay, so I am stupid. There was, right in front of me, this was the answer. It's just shuffled around slightly. So there's a new unlisted video. The description is, "It knows not of their constructs." Probably a message from Vil1, although I don't know what it could mean. This is footage from user DeusX. I'm going to play it at 25x speed. So firstly, we see that the player is being watched through the same RGB filter that was on it used to be the 99% video. It's jar 1, I believe. Is it? Yes. If we look at this video, it's the same RGB filter. So, I think that means that we're watching, like, it's from the perspective of a third party. Probably Vil1 is watching their screen, if I had to guess. I'm gonna watch it at full speed because it's boring. Or not boring, but takes a while. Now, terrifyingly, this is the exact same house layout that is the house Nick entered. It has the wood outline, the recess front area, and then the video skips ahead. Now the player has acquired brick. No. This is only my second time watching it, so these are just raw thoughts, basically. The offhand was first added in Minecraft 1.9, which was released in 2016, meaning that this probably isn't contemporary with Nick's videos. There's more. One user said it looked like music notes. We see that ASX has entered a cave. It's an ancient city, or at least a deep dark biome, which wasn't added until like the 2020s. So it's a very new world. We see that Deus Ex finds some of the null blocks, which, as we know, went poorly for Nick. And as we listen carefully, he tries to mine it. Okay, I spoke over it, but if we listen carefully as he tries to mine it, you hear that he screams, which is absolutely terrifying. And then we see Vil1 typing. status hours. This is the newest unlisted installment in the series. And then, once again, just as I go to end my recording and start editing, a new video has been uploaded. It was posted to the Discord by someone. Here is the post. And here is the video. That does not at all sound like a normal song, and I should know because if you've looked at my channel, I write a couple songs here and there. I think this has got to be a code, so I'm going to do a little bit of research and come back in a couple minutes. With that, I would like to end the recording here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm excited to continue this ARG with all of you. Until then, have a great day.